Yo, very important we meet here. And we have one question in mind for you today. And the question is, have you ever tried to ask yourself a question to know what has become Burkina Faso after the president of Ibrahim Traore, who had chased the France in the country? What have become Burkina Faso? Because this is a very capital question which we need to pay attention to, and you deserve to know what have happened because a lot have developed. What have become Burkina Faso since Ibrahim Traore asked France to leave Burkina Faso? Are them doing good or are them suffering? Because this kind of conversation or this kind of questions, the Western media, they will never gonna discuss this kind of topic with you. They're never even gonna show it on their medias because they're having actually something which they're hiding, and they don't want Africans to know what is happening in Africa borders, because they know very well that if they have to talk about it, it will be kind of if like they are promoting the true liberation of Africans. So therefore, they rather prefer to focus on some things, such things as what is happening in Ukraine, Donald Trump winning the elections, or what is happening in the Middle East between Israel and Iran. But when it comes to matters which concern Africans, these Western medias, they don't like to talk much about it because they know very well that the moment they'll try to talk about this, it will open the eyes of Africans. They'll have a proper closure of what has been happening around, and then they'll try even to distance themselves from the Western. So, in the case of Burkina Faso, in order for us to develop more this topic, I want us first to summarize a couple of things which have happened already, especially in the year of 2022, 2024. All right, so we all know that since Ibrahim Traore came to power as a military leader, he had only one mission, which was to distance people of Burkina Faso from the Western. He wanted to liberate them as much Thomas Sankara tried back then in days. Unfortunately for him, he was knocked out before his time. And Ibrahim Traore, in his case, he just wanted at least to make people of Burkina Faso be free when it comes to the control of their mineral resource. Here we are talking about gold and other different mineral resources which are found within the border of Burkina Faso. And in order for him to do this, first of all, he have to make sure that he's in control. He have to make sure that he have the full power so that no one should not come and tell him how to do things around. That was his first mission as a soldier, because he was already be aware that the Western, whether it is France or US or British, these countries, they've been doing certain kind of lobbyings through the Burkina Faso politicians. They'll come to one of the politicians, they'll propose, they'll make a certain kind of deal with them and promising them that no, we'll put you in power, we'll give you power. Once you're in power, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 for our benefit. So Burkina Faso, it has been surviving in that kind of life when it comes to their leadership. We saw it with people such as Blaise Compaoré, so on and so on. Now, Ibrahim Traore, in his case, he knew already that this is not a good idea. If we want to take our true freedom, if we want to liberate ourselves from this Western, we just have to make sure that we distance ourselves from them. So the first things he did is when he came in, he refused to communicate or collaborate with each and every military, government from the Western. Whenever you approach them, they were not responding. If you call for an audience to see Ibrahim Traore, if you are from the Western, he will just reschedule it without giving you a proper time for him to welcome you. So the Western, they not only find themselves like being challenged by the young man Ibrahim Traore, but actually they end up finding themselves that no, we're dealing with someone who's disrespecting us and who does not want even to obey to whatsoever we have to tell him. Now, this end up revolting the Western. They end up feeling like they are losing control over Ibrahim Traore. So what can them do? First of all, they start threatening him with sanctions. They start telling him on what they will be doing for him, on how they'll make his government suffer, how his government won't be able to survive without the help of the Western. So they did all those things with one conditions, with one mission in their mind. And the mission obviously was to make sure that they destroy the economy of Burkina Faso by putting different kind of sanctions so that people of Burkina Faso, if they sit on their own, they can start realizing that no, this so-called military government, it does not do us good and we need to get rid of it. So they want to revolt people of Burkina Faso against their own leader, which is Ibrahim Traore. They did all these things, obviously, because they were hoping that things would go according to their plans. But unfortunately for them, people of Burkina Faso, they end up showing what I call loyalty to their leader. They believe that they are doing much better with this military government compared to this civilian government, which has been there for some times. They end up realizing that this military government, they're not that easy to be manipulated by someone who's seated in the White House or by someone who's seated in Élysée in France. So they end up remaining loyal to their leader and supporting the young men. Now, this plan for the Western and France, it had failed. Now they have to go to their plan B. What was their plan B? Of course, they have now to put sanctions on Ibrahim Traore with his government so that they should not be able to buy the fighting weapons. For your own information, if you are not aware, in Burkina Faso, they are having a serious problem. And the problem here is to fight the terrorists. There is a couple of group of terrorists who are busy fighting the government, wanting to take over. So they are busy occupying all the territories. And once they do that, they will collect all the minerals which are found in those territories, and then they'll be able to sell it to these Western countries. Now, Ibrahim Traore, since he came to power, that was one of his mission, to make sure that he fight these people. And he was doing good until to the point that obviously the fighting weapons start running out of the fighting materials. So what he need to do now, it was for him to find the proper way of buying another weapons. Now, he took the money. He went to the Western, obviously, to the countries which sells different kind of fighting machines. He buys some merchandise, or should I say the weapons. But the US, with its allies, they came forward since they had put Ibrahim Traore with his government under their agenda, or their dark agenda. They end up confiscating or blocking these materials. They say that no, they are not gonna deliver it to the government of Burkina Faso. So this was kind of the things which really disappoint Ibrahim Traore, because he have to come to think like, okay, but how possible is that? How can them do such a thing? Knowing very well that no, we are having a problem, we are fighting terrorists against our government. Instead of them supporting us, they're not supporting us. They're not even allowing us to use our own money in order for us to buy weapons so that we can fight these people and defeat them. On the other side, they are busy equipment these rebellions. These terrorists, they are busy benefiting something from the Western. You might even say, oh, why am I saying that? Do I have any proof? Guys, it is very simple. It is very simple. There is no way that there will be a terrorist or rebellions attacking a government and surviving for that long. You know, I always tell you every time that these things called Boko Haram or the M23 in DR Congo or the Chadists in the western of Africa, all these rebellions, I don't believe in them. I'll tell you why. Because we are monitoring these politicians more closely and we know how they operate. And most of them, they work with the Western. As I said at the beginning of this video, the Western, they like it when they are having one of them put in power. I'm referring like they're having one of the African country who's working on their favors. So they usually do a couple of lobbyings in different ways in order for them to put one in the power, because they know if they put you in power and you become the president, things will become even more easy for them. They'll be able to loot as much they want. They'll be able to come and open different companies and start requesting couple for tenders, which is worth of billions of US dollar, and no one can hold them accountable. So they usually do this and put different people in power. But how do they do it? Of course, they'll pick someone like you and me, and they'll propose us. No, we want to remove this one and put you. Okay, no, look, this is what we're gonna do. Here's the arms. Go in the bush, fight against your government until these people, they give up, and when you come in, us will support you. That's what they usually do. If you ask yourself a question, how someone such as the leaders of Boko Haram, for an example, right? These people, they've been existing since 2010 in Nigeria, right? And these people until today, the government of Nigeria, they've never been able to arrest them. How possible is that? They actually, even most of them, the government of Nigeria, they don't even know where these people are located. But at the same time, you find out that these people, they are living luxury life. They are having women, children, they give birth to kids over there. They are living their normal life. They are even filming themselves, putting out in the social media. Yet, they are unfoundable when it comes to the government. How possible is that? These people that are operating so-called in the bush, they take petrol of Nigeria and different Nigerian minerals. But these people, they've never been caught by the government. How possible is that? Ask yourself that question. These people, they have guns and bullets, which they usually use. If you don't arrest them, or if some of them get killed, those guns they usually carry, can't it be identify, for an example, like, okay, this gun, because each and every gun in this world, it had the multiple number of it manufacture and which countries was it fabricated, and you know everything. Does them have license or not? How come in the case of Burkina Faso or Nigeria or these other countries we know in Africa, these guns, they can't identify to the person or the company which has been manufacturing it? The moment you ask yourself this question, then you will understand. Here's even one more easily question you should ask yourself for you to understand at what level we're being treated like fools. How possible is it that a British journalist or a CNN journalist, they'll leave Europe or America, come in Africa continent, all the way, and they'll meet the leaders of this group. I'm talking about terrorist group or rebellious groups. They'll meet their leaders. They'll have conflict with them. And then they'll unback all these videos. They'll leave. They'll go back to their countries and they'll post it or they'll show it on their social, on their TV channels, saying that, no, this is a documentary or this is an interview with one of the rebellion group, leader. And can't you ask yourself a question? How come you have found yourself in Africa border like in Burkina Faso, Chad, Mali, Niger, Congo, or Nigeria, but you never been able to be in contact, or you never been able to arrest the leaders of these rebellion groups? But yet here come a stranger who comes all the way from another continent to your country and made an interview with these people and go back. How did they know where these people live? That's the question, isn't it? Are you with me on this one? Because we just have to understand how these people usually think that we are stupid and we don't understand how they are playing their games. Can't you ask yourself a question? How did these people know where is the leader of Boko Haram located? How did they manage to get contact with them in order for them to organize a time and date for that interview? And since now they did so, why they never come to the government of Nigeria or any other government of African country which is having this kind of conflict and tell them that, no, guys, you've been looking for the lead of the M23 or Boko Haram. Well, I just had an interview with them. They are located in this area. They do this, they do this, they do this, they do this. Those kind of crucial information that they usually collect from this terrorist group, why they can't give it to the government? Well, now with this example, is for you to understand that it's because these people, they are the one who found all these rebellions, all these terrorists. They are the one who supply them with weapons. They are the one who give them food, because these people are supposed to be in the bush. How do they get food in the bush? These people, when they come, they take a village. They'll be taking gold, diamond, petrol. When they take all these things, how do them get to transport them outside of that village? Of course, because they have these people, these Westerns, who comes with helicopters, who come with different things, who are in touch with them. And these people, they have made only one commitment, which is to protect their identity. Now, it is the kind of the strategy which the Western, they've been trying to use against Ibrahim Traore by creating a lot of, should I say, a lot of terrorist group, so that they will come and start continue fighting Ibrahim Traore. But at the same time, they have closed or confiscate everything which the government of Burkina Faso, they had ordered in order for them to fight against these terrorists. They did all that. They thought it was going to work. But in return, what did Ibrahim Traore did? Here's the very clever and smart man that he is. He said to them that, okay, fine, since you guys, you don't want to sell us your materials, your weapons, when we turn to Russia, when we turn to Iran, for them to sell us their drones and everything, you are taking that as a problem. Now you are using it against us, saying that, no, we are busy selling Iran uranium so that they'll go ahead and continue to develop their nuclear bomb. Well, from now on, you are no longer allowed to produce our minerals. We don't want you to touch our mineral anymore. And Ibrahim Traore, he went on by confiscating all the license of every countries which was within the border of Burkina Faso, saying that, no, we can't renew your contract anymore. This mining, from now on, it belongs to the states. Now, that was a very big shock which the Western, they were not expecting to see from someone such as Ibrahim Traore. Because for them, they end up realizing that, no, it seems like we're having a serious problem here. The moment we lose control, not only on the leadership of Burkina Faso, but on their mineral resource, it will make us lose control over everything, because this mineral resource now, Burkina Faso, they'll be able to sell it to their country of their choice. They'll be able to sell it at the price of their choice. And that will be that will make us become even useless in all this. So now that is when now they came with the last stage, according to me, unless if they have another stage. The other last stage for them to remove Ibrahim Traore in power was for them now to start trying to kill him. So far, do you know how many assassination attempts against Ibrahim Traore have took place in Burkina Faso? Guys, we are talking about more than 5 assassination attempts against Ibrahim Traore. And these are the ones that we can see on the TV, which the government of Burkina Faso, they can come forward and communicate about it. What about those ones that happens in secret? They have tried to assassinate him through gas, like try to poison his hair conditions. They've tried to poison him through the handshaking. That's the reason why you guys, you see Ibrahim Traore, you always wear guns. Yeah. You always wear those things so that whenever you want to greet him, instead of him shaking your hand, he prefer to just give you this kind of high five. Why? Because the man, he know very well that the Western, they want his head on the plate. So as a military, he's trying also to put everything in his power in order for him to protect himself against these people. Guys, please do like this video. Give us your thumbs up. We'll really do appreciate as we continue having this conversation with you. So they've been doing all this, and all this assassination attempt against Ibrahim Traore keep on failing. The more it keep on failing, Ibrahim Traore keep on become even more stronger. Now, besides him punishing them from removing them or chasing them out of Burkina Faso, stopping them from not having the license to produce mining to have mining in Burkina Faso. Well, Burkina Faso, with its leadership, Ibrahim Traore, this time now, they choose to go and buy the fighting weapon, which the Western, they have tried to put them on sanctions. They went on and buy it to other countries, which is under the US sanctions. Remember, in our previous video, we had a conversation. I told you guys on how the US sanctions keep on failing lately nowadays. So most of these countries that they've been under sanctions of the USA, because keep in mind, if we are talking about the USA being #1 of sanctions, because they're the one who have put a lot of sanctions according to all the reports that we have in our possession. They're having more than 7,000 sanctions around the worldwide. So all these countries that they've been under the US sanctions, these countries, they are now free now to live their life. Yeah, they can do something. They don't expect anyone to come and sanction them, because they have been already been sanctioned by the USA. So now Ibrahim Traore went on and looked for countries such as Russia, Iran, Cuba, and Venezuela. They are the one who supply him or supply them with these fighting weapons. As we're talking right now, Ibrahim Traore is now in possession of all the fighting weapons that's been looking for. Now, here now is the reactions of France after all this, because remember that the mastermind behind this, when we're talking about Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, all the conflict that we've been seeing there, of course, it is because France failed with their mission in those countries. So now, France, beside them threatening up the government of Niger back then, saying that no, they will invade them. Well, France is now trying to impose their leadership on Burkina Faso by telling them that no, we've been there for centuries. We can't allow a small boy who don't know nothing much about the history of France in Africa for him to come and remove us. So we are going to fight. We are determined to fight. That is the message of France. Now, on the side of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, with its allies, which is Niger and Mali, they end up also deciding that if France try to invade one of these 3 countries, this military government, they will definitely have to come forward and attack France. They don't care who's gonna die along the line, but they'll do everything in their power in order for them to make sure that France leadership does not dominate in those countries. So right now, Ibrahim Traore with his government in Burkina Faso, they're doing much more better than when they used to be under France leadership, or should I say under France colonizations. Because at least now they can take their own decisions as they wish. And no one have to come and tell them that, no, Mr. President, you're supposed to be saying this, Mr. President, don't do that, Mr. President, blah, blah, blah. So they are on their own, and that's the good part of it. Because they are standing on their own and trying to make sure that the future of people of Burkina Faso can develop. So, to summarize this, guys, what can we learn from this? Just that the President of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, have shown to us, is to tell the people that we don't need to be afraid anymore. Because if you don't stand on your feet to defend the sovereignty of your country or the sovereignty of your soil, then you will continue to remain a slave from the Western. These people, they don't care at all. These people, they like it when they're being called boss or when they're being considered as big brother around the world. So you need to show some muscle in order for you to resist against them. When you look at countries such as Russia, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, name them as you know them, according to your list. Why the Western don't really try to mess much with those countries? Because these countries, they have stand on their ground and say that, no, it is either we have a mutual respect or either you have to find us on your way. And that is what is benefiting them. So I think us also as Africans, the step which our fellow Africans they have taken so far, it is such an encouraging step that each and every Pan-African need to follow. We don't need to always be afraid like, no, I can't do this. If I do this, Washington is going to call. And if they call, they will say this, they will say that. No. If you know that you are on the side of the truth, you are on the right side, then stand on your words. Don't let anyone come and change the person who you are. Because that's the only thing that can pay you soon or later. So I believe it was very important that we have this conversation, guys. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. And feel free to drop us your comment in the comment section. Tell us also your opinions on what you think about this. Tell us also what is in your mind so that we'll have a look on it. But for now, we are done with this. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for our second video, which is coming with another different topic. We are seeing here a Neil Malcolm is saying that all African leaders must support Ibrahim Traore. Of course, all African leaders, all Pan-Africans, whether it is in diaspora or everywhere, we need to support the kind of initiations which such people as Ibrahim Traore or any other Pan-Africans that can bring forward, because all we need, it is a solution to what we are having as a problem in Africa continent. So whoever come forward with this kind of initiation, us as Africans, we'll have to support him. We don't care which part of Africa you are located to, but as long you are having this skin color, as long you are living in Africa continent, of course, we will have just to support you because we know that it's something that's going to benefit us in one way or other way. So guys, as I was saying that, stay tuned for our next video where we had again prepare interesting topic which I would like to discuss with you. So for now, continue to be yourself, be good, be kind, have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again very soon in our next video. Ciao, ciao.